The 2010 United States House of Representatives elections were held on November 2, 2010, as part of the 2010 midterm elections, at the midpoint of President Barack Obama's first term in office. Voters of the 50 U.S. states chose 435 U.S. representatives. Voters of the U.S. territories, commonwealths, and the District of Columbia chose their non-voting delegates. Republicans regained control of the chamber they had lost in the 2006 midterm elections, picking up a net total of 63 seats and erasing the gains Democrats made in 2006 and 2008. Although the sitting U.S. president's party usually loses seats in a midterm election, the 2010 election resulted in the highest loss of a party in a House midterm election since 1938, and the largest House swing since 1948. This also happened to be the Republicans' largest gain in House seats since 1938. Republicans gained the most in New York State where they picked up 6 seats, defeating 5 incumbents and winning an open Democratic district. The heavy Democratic Party losses were attributed to anger with President Obama, opposition to the Affordable Care Act, large budget deficits, and the weak economy. This was also the third consecutive midterm election in a president's first term where the Republican Party has made gains in the House of Representatives, as well as the second consecutive midterm election where party control of the said chamber changed hands. Background. Following the 2006 elections, Democrats took control of the House as well as the Senate. In the 2008 elections, which coincided with Democrat Barack Obama's victory over Republican John McCain for the presidency, Democrats increased their majorities in both chambers. Of the 435 congressional districts, 242 were carried by Obama, while 193 voted for McCain. Of the districts Obama won, 34 elected a Republican to the House, while 49 of the districts McCain won elected a Democrat. Republican gains equals, the Republicans' 63-seat pickup in the House to take control of the chamber, as well as their gain of 6 Senate seats, signified a dramatic rollback of recent Democratic gains. In the election, Republicans won their greatest number of House seats since 1946. This has been attributed to the continued economic recession, as well as President Obama's controversial stimulus and health care reform bills. Republicans also took control of 29 of the 50 state governorships, and gained 690 seats in state legislatures, to hold their greatest numbers since the 1928 elections. In North Carolina, Republicans won control of both chambers of the state legislature for the first time in 140 years. The Great Lakes region, which had recently favored the Democratic Party, went strongly Republican. In California and the Pacific Northwest, however, the Democrats retained the upper hand. Results summary. Sources: House Clerk Statistics of the Congressional Election, 2010, House Clerk Statistics of the Congressional Election, 2008. Retiring incumbents, 37 incumbents retired. Democrats 17 incumbent Democrats retired. Alabama's 7th Congressional District, Arthur Davis, to run for governor of Alabama. Arkansas's 1st Congressional District, Marion Berry, retired due to health concerns. Arkansas's 2nd Congressional District, Vic Snyder, retired to spend more time with family. California's 33rd Congressional District, Diane Watson, retired. It should be a seat inherited by someone who can represent everyone in this district. Florida's 17th Congressional District, Kendrick Meek, to run for U.S. Senate. Indiana's 8th Congressional District, Brad Ellsworth, to run for U.S. Senate. Kansas's 3rd Congressional District, Dennis Moore, retired. Time for a new generation of leadership. Louisiana's 3rd Congressional District, Charlie Melanchon, to run for U.S. Senate. Massachusetts's 10th Congressional District, Bill Delahunt, retired. Life is about change. I think it's healthy. It's time. Michigan's 1st Congressional District, Bart Stupak, retired. I've accomplished what I want to do. New Hampshire's 2nd Congressional District, Paul Hodes, to run for U.S. Senate. Pennsylvania's 7th Congressional District, Joe Stock, to run for U.S. Senate. Rhode Island's 1st Congressional District, Patrick J. Kennedy, retired to take a new direction. Tennessee's 6th Congressional District, Bart Gordon, retired. It's time for a new chapter. Tennessee's 8th Congressional District, John S. Tunner, retired. Decided 20 years was long enough. Washington's 3rd Congressional District, Brian Baird, retired, to pursue other options. Wisconsin's 7th Congressional District, Dave Abay, retired. But even more frankly, I am bone-tired. Media reports indicated Abay's future plans included joining a D.C. lobbying firm run by former Representative Dick Effart. Republicans 20 incumbent Republicans retired. Arkansas's 3rd Congressional District, John Boozman, to run for U.S. Senate. Arizona's 3rd Congressional District, John Shade, retired to pursue other interests. California's 19th Congressional District, George Radenovich, retired to put family obligations first. Delaware's at-large Congressional District, Michael Castle, to run for U.S. Senate. Florida's 5th Congressional District, Ginny Brown Waite, retired due to health issues. Florida's 12th Congressional District, Adam Putnam, to run for Florida Commissioner of Agriculture. Florida's 21st Congressional District, Lincoln Dar-Alsbalat, retired to return to law practice. Florida's 25th Congressional District, Mario Dar-Alsbalat, to run for Florida's 21st District, held by his brother Lincoln Diaz-Balart, who had announced plans to return to law practice. Georgia's 7th Congressional District, John Linder, retired. Illinois' 10th Congressional District, Mark Kirk, to run for U.S. Senate. Indiana's 4th Congressional District, Steve Byer, retired due to wife's illness. Kansas's 1st Congressional District, Jerry Moran, to run for U.S. Senate. Kansas's 4th Congressional District, Todd Tiat, to run for U.S. Senate. Michigan's 2nd Congressional District, Peter Hoekstra, to run for Governor of Michigan. Michigan's 3rd Congressional District, Vern Eilers, retired. Missouri's 7th Congressional District, Roy Blunt, to run for U.S. Senate. Oklahoma's 5th Congressional District, Mary Fallin, to run for Governor of Oklahoma. South Carolina's 1st Congressional District, Henry E. Brown, Jr. retired to spend more time with his family. South Carolina's 3rd Congressional District, J. Gresham Barrett, to run for Governor of South Carolina. Tennessee's 3rd Congressional District, Zach Wamp, to run for Governor of Tennessee. Incumbents defeated. There were 9 Democrats who survived re-election in the 1994 Republican Revolution, but were defeated this year. Lost renomination Democrats, 2 Democrats lost renomination. 1 seat remained Democratic, and the other seat was taken by a Republican. Michigan's 13th Congressional District, Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick lost to Hanson Clark. West Virginia's 1st Congressional District, Alan Mollin lost to Mike Oliverio, but Oliverio lost in the general election to Republican David McKinley. Republicans, 2 Republicans lost renomination. Both seats remained Republican. Alabama's 5th Congressional District, Parker Griffith lost to Mo Brooks. South Carolina's 4th Congressional District, Bob Ingalls lost to Trey Gowdy. Lost re-election 54 incumbents lost re-election. Almost all of them were Democrats. Democrats, 52 Democrats lost re-election. Alabama's 2nd Congressional District, Bobby Bright lost to Martha Raby. Arizona's 1st Congressional District, Ann Kirkpatrick lost to Paul Gouza. Arizona's 5th Congressional District, Harry Mitchell lost to David Schweikert. Colorado's 3rd Congressional District, John Salazar lost to Scott Tipton. Colorado's 4th Congressional District, Betsy Markey lost to Cory Gardner. Florida's 2nd Congressional District, Alan Boyd lost to Steve Sutherland. Florida's 8th Congressional District, Alan Grayson lost to Daniel Webster. Florida's 22nd Congressional District, Ron Klein lost to Alan West. Florida's 24th Congressional District, Suzanne Kuzmas lost to Sandy Adams. Georgia's 8th Congressional District, Jim Marshall lost to Austin Scott. Idaho's 1st Congressional District, Waldman Ick lost to Royal Labrador, Illinois' 8th Congressional District, Melissa Bean lost to Joe Walsh, Illinois' 11th Congressional District, Debbie Halvorsen lost to Adam Kinzinger, Illinois' 14th Congressional District, Bill Foster lost to Randy Hildgren, Illinois' 17th Congressional District, Phil Hare lost to Bobby Schilling, Indiana's 9th Congressional District, Baron Hill lost to Todd Young, Maryland's 1st Congressional District, Frank Kratochvil lost to Andrew P. Harris, Michigan's 7th Congressional District, Mark Schauer lost to Tim Walberg, Minnesota's 8th Congressional District, Jim Oberstar lost to Chip Cravick, Mississippi's 1st Congressional District, Travis Childers lost to Alan Nunelli, Mississippi's 4th Congressional District, Gene Taylor lost to Stephen Palazzo, Missouri's 4th Congressional District, Ike Skelton lost to Vicky Hartzler, Nevada's 3rd Congressional District, Dinah Titus lost to Joe Heck, New Hampshire's 1st Congressional District, Carol Shear Porter lost to Frank Winter, New Jersey's 3rd Congressional District, John Adler lost to John Runyon, New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District, Harry Teague lost to Steve Pierce, New York's 13th Congressional District, Michael McMahon lost to Michael Grimm, New York's 19th Congressional District, John Hall lost to Nan Hayworth, New York's 20th Congressional District, Scott Murphy lost to Chris Gibson, New York's 24th Congressional District, Mike Archery lost to Richard L. Hanna, New York's 25th Congressional District, Dan Matthew lost to Anne Marie Buechel, North Carolina's 2nd Congressional District, Bob Etheridge lost to Renee Elmers, North Dakota's at-large Congressional District, Earl Pomeroy lost to Rick Berg, Ohio's 1st Congressional District, Steve Dryhouse lost to Steve Chabot, Ohio's 6th Congressional District, Charlie Wilson lost to Bill Johnson, Ohio's 15th Congressional District, Mary Jo Kilroy lost to Steve Stivers, Ohio's 16th Congressional District, John Boxery lost to Jim Renacci, Ohio's 18th Congressional District, Zach Space lost to Bob Gibbs, Pennsylvania's 3rd Congressional District, Kathy Dalrymple lost to Mike Kelly, Pennsylvania's 8th Congressional District, Patrick Murphy lost to Mike Fitzpatrick, Pennsylvania's 10th Congressional District, Chris Carney lost to Tom Marino, Pennsylvania's 11th Congressional District, Paul E. Ganjewski lost to Lou Barletta, South Carolina's 5th Congressional District, John M. Spratt, Jr. lost to Mick Mulvaney, South Dakota's at-large Congressional District, Stephanie Herseth Sandlin lost to Kristi Noem, Tennessee's 4th Congressional District, Lincoln Davis lost to Scott Desjardins, Texas's 17th Congressional District, Chet Edwards lost to Bill Flores, Texas's 23rd Congressional District, Ciro Rodriguez lost to Cuoco Canseco, Texas's 27th Congressional District, Solomon P. Ortiz lost to Blake Forenthold, Virginia's 2nd Congressional District, Glenn Nye lost to Scott Rigel, Virginia's 5th Congressional District, Tom Perriello lost to Robert Hurt, Virginia's 9th Congressional District, Rick Boucher lost to Morgan Griffith, Wisconsin's 8th Congressional District, Steve Kajan lost to Reed Ribble. Republicans, 2 Republicans lost re-election. Hawaii's 1st Congressional District, Charles Joll lost to Colleen Hanabiza, Louisiana's 2nd Congressional District, Joseph Cowell lost to Cedric Richmond. Open seat gains. Democratic to Republican 14 open seats, held by Democrats, were won by Republicans. Arkansas's 1st Congressional District, Arkansas's 2nd Congressional District, Indiana's 8th Congressional District, Kansas's 3rd Congressional District, Louisiana's 3rd Congressional District, Michigan's 1st Congressional District, New Hampshire's 2nd Congressional District, New York's 29th Congressional District, Pennsylvania's 7th Congressional District, Tennessee's 6th Congressional District, Tennessee's 8th Congressional District, Washington's 3rd Congressional District, West Virginia's 1st Congressional District, Wisconsin's 7th Congressional District. Republican to Democratic equals, 1 open seat, held by a Republican, was won by a Democrat. Delaware's at-large Congressional District. Predictions. The following were predictions of the outcome of the 2010 United States House of Representatives elections. Real Clear Politics. As of November 2, 2010, RCP projected the Republicans would take 224 seats, the Democrats would take 167, and 44 races were toss-ups. Nate Silver, 538, as of November 2, 2010, Nate Silver's prediction model projected the Republicans would win 232.2 seats, and the Democrats would win 202.8. Patrick Ishmael, hotair.com, Ishmael predicted on October 31, 2010, that Republicans would win a net of 63 seats, +3 seats. Rasmussen Reports cited Ishmael's calls in its election preview. The week before, Ishmael predicted a net Republican pickup of 62 seats. Crystal Ball, as of November 1, 2010, Larry Sabato predicted, if the election were held today, +55 Republican House seats. Charlie Cook, on October 26, 2010, the Cook Political Report raised its House forecast to a Democratic net loss of 48 to 60 seats, with higher losses possible. In a February 2010 interview with National Journal, he said that it's very hard to come up with a scenario where Democrats don't lose the House. It's very hard. Rasmussen Reports, on November 1, 2010, Scott Rasmussen predicted the Democrats will likely lose 55 or more seats in the House. Rothenberg Political Report. On October 28, 2010, Rothenberg Political Report predicted likely Republican gain of 55 seats, with gains at or above 70 seats possible. In April 2010, Stuart Rothenberg wrote on his blog that the atmospherics remain strongly behind the GOP, and major Republican House gains are extremely likely, and that it's clear that the battleground is almost entirely on Democratic soil. Obviously, control of the House is at risk. Congressional Quarterly. In October 2010, Congressional Quarterly projected the Democrats would take 195 seats, the Republicans 199, and they considered 41 races too close to call. In July 2010, Congressional Quarterly projected the Democrats would take 205 seats, the Republicans 190, and they considered 40 races too close to call. The following table contains the final ratings of the competitiveness of selected races according to noted political analysts. Races which were considered safe for the incumbents party are not included. Incumbents who did not run for re-election have parentheses around their name. Complete list, most recent election results are listed. Winning candidates are listed in bold. Key. Alabama Alaska Arizona Arkansas California Colorado Connecticut Delaware Florida Georgia Hawaii Idaho Illinois Indiana Iowa Kansas Kentucky Louisiana Maine Maryland Massachusetts Michigan Minnesota Mississippi Missouri Montana Nebraska Nevada New Hampshire New Jersey New Mexico New York Democrat Eric Massa resigned on March 8, 2010. A special election for the remainder of his term in the 111th Congress was held on the same day as the general election, which read 1. North Carolina North Dakota Ohio Oklahoma Oregon Pennsylvania Rhode Island South Carolina South Dakota Tennessee Texas Utah Vermont Virginia Washington equals West Virginia equals Wisconsin equals Wyoming equals non-voting delegates equals. The House of Representatives includes 5 delegates from the District of Columbia and outlying territories elected to 2-year terms and 1 resident commissioner of Puerto Rico elected to a 4-year term. These delegates are not allowed to vote on the floor of the House of Representatives. See also, United States Senate elections, 2010, United States House of Representatives. Notes. References. Further reading, Abramson, Paul R. John H. Aldridge and David W. Rood, Change and Continuity in the 2008 and 2010 Elections, Bullock, Charles S., 3al. Key States, High Stakes, Sarah Palin, The Tea Party, and the 2010 Elections excerpt and text search. External links, candidates for U.S. Congress at Project Vote Smart, U.S. House of Representatives from ourcampaigns.com, Congressional races in 2010 from Open Secrets, 2010 National Congressional Ballot from Pollster.com, Election 2010, House of Representatives election from Rasmussen Reports, Battle for the House from Real Clear Politics, House races in 2010 from CQ Politics, a look at 2010 congressional races at C-SPAN, ongoing video blog.